few realizations have appeared for me during this course. One of them is masculinity and how I can combat this behavior that I've used for over 20 years. Working full-time to support myself with 2 kids and a mortgage. My father is my rock and I depend on him when things go wrong for me, but I'd rather not be a burden on him. I really want and need a man as a partner. And Keely, it says that resonates with her too. She feels her balance is so much in the masculine. Yeah, as pretty much all the women I work with, it's their experience, and it was my experience, so I get that, and we can change that. You know, if you desire to move into a feminine, you can do that. I can show you how. But what comes up for me as I read that, Joanne, what instantly jumped out at me was you saying, I'd rather not be a burden on him. And I would invite you to check out if that's true. Are you a burden on him? How does it make you feel to believe that you're a burden on him? How do you desire to feel instead? And what do you need to believe to create that feeling for yourself? Remember, we feel our thinking. Is it 100% for sure, absolute fact true that you are a burden on him? Has he said to you, you're a burden on me, I wish you'd go away. I don't want to help you anymore. Has he said that? I would invite you to check it out because it's a very strong belief system right there. And the reason that's jumping out at me is because you're saying you're in the habit of being in your masculine. And the feminine, if you desire to move into the feminine and you want to know, so no, not at all. Yeah, he doesn't say that. Right. So you've made up a story that you're a burden. And so I can't help but wonder if what you're sharing with me here is a gateway to the feminine. And the first step for you might be allowing yourself to fully receive from your dad. So rather than being in what feels like a doing and taking energy, I know you're probably very grateful for your dad's support, but while you're believing you're a burden, the energy feels like it's taking rather than receiving. And you're taking with guilt. There's a guilt attached to it. And the feminine would invite you to receive with grace. And you'd be invited into the masculine feminine dynamic where the woman receives and the man gives. And like the empowered masculine, the empowered man loves, and I know I've shared this before, but he loves to take care of his girls, his wife, his kids, he loves to take care. He loves to protect. Again, it becomes quite a primal conversation. The masculine is the protector. He's the carer. He's the facilitator. The feminine receives. She nurtures. She feels. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like that dynamic. And I think that I really feel for you. Again, you can take it or leave it. But I feel for you that you're being invited to receive from dad. And it's a subtle shift in energy. You're already receiving from him, but the energy feels like taking with guilt. Instead, you're being invited to receive with grace. And I wonder how that will shift things, because as soon as you find yourself able to in an empowered and loving way, in a graceful, humble way, receive from dad, knowing that that's serving him. When you can receive from him, you're actually serving him. Because here's the dynamic. The flow is the feminine asks, the masculine serves. The feminine says thank you. Yeah, so he is receiving from you as well. The thank you, the appreciation, the love. The fact that you're receiving from him makes him feel good. This is just the primal masculine feminine dynamic. So when you say thank you, he's like, it's music to his ears. There could be an absolute gift in this for him to feel received by you. Yeah, I wonder if he can feel your guilt or feel not feeling fully received by you. It's a bit like quite often I'll say to James, "Oh God, you look really hot today." You look amazing. And his comeback nearly always is, oh no, like look at this, or there's this bit, or the. And, oh no, that's not really true, because sometimes he's like, yeah, I do, don't I? Thanks. And I love it when he does that, because I feel fully received. I'm like, thank you for receiving my compliments. But when he says, oh no, I need to get back into the gym, I'm like, oh, it's a bit of a slap across the face. It's like, well, please, can you just, I'm trying to compliment you, and when you put it back at me, I feel really unsatisfied, because I genuinely wanted to compliment you. Yeah? Does that make sense?